4:55 p.m. on the 14th of May 2023. Welcome to Sacred Space. I, the Tanya, feel inspired as bemused by the spirits have been at me for a few days. The hollow men, the hollow men, the hollow men by T.S. Eliot. And because I keep hearing the hollow men and oh dear goddess, do we know the hollow ones now? They're all hollowed out, emptied out, and their very juice in their veins is replaced by what? Some kind of greasy white substance. We don't even know what that is. So it's the hollow men for the horoscape that is our current paradigm in 2023. So I'm inspired to read to you the hollow men, if only to quieten down my muses, my spirit guides, who are in constant communication with me or communion with me, whether I acknowledge them or not. Usually I don't pay too much attention because I am a free spirit of free will and a fine distinction. And I like to preserve what's left of my mind. I bought this book. As you can see, it's quite stained. Quite stained. I don't know if that's mold or what that is all over this book. I paid $3.25 for it in Penguin Books. I was a young student of modern English literature at Victoria University of Wellington. So that year would have been 1982, my first year at university. And what a disgrace that turned out to be, and how was I vilified the following year in 1983 and literally driven out of university by abusers. So I cherished these books, which were my evidence of my short sojourn reading at university and proof that I wasn't completely stupid, because I matriculated there at least, and I was not responsible for the ugliness and the abuse that happened there within student politics. And by the way, I was set up. Yes, I know, and I know who that person was. And by the way, I forgave them as a young girl, and I think we're still Facebook friends, even though we interact very, very rarely. But I know she was part of that setup. People think I'm stupid. I know exactly what went on and why and how. And how did it benefit them, by the way, other than completely ruining my life? Or they hoped it would anyway. What were you paid for that? How did it behoove you for your ugliness? But anyway, The Hollow Men, 1925. Mr. Kurtz, he dead. Just so you can see that I'm not making this up. I'm reading from the text. Mr. Kurtz, he dead. The Hollow Men, a penny for the old guy. Chapter 1. Or is it verse 1? It's probably verses, isn't it? Since it's poetry. Verse 1. I won't make myself completely uneducated. We are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw. Alas, our dried voices, when we whisper together, are quiet and meaningless as wind in dry grass or rats' feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. Shape without form, shade without colour, paralysed force gesture without motion, those who have crossed with direct eyes to death's other kingdom. Remember us, if at all, not as lost, violent souls, but only as the hollow men, the stuffed men. Verse 2. Eyes I dare not meet in dreams, in death's dream kingdom. These do not appear. There the eyes are sunlight on a broken column. There is a tree swinging, and voices are in the winds singing, more distant and more solemn than a fading star. Let me be no nearer in death's dream kingdom. Let me also wear such deliberate disguises, rat's coat, crowskin, crossed staves in a field, behaving as the wind behaves, no nearer. Not that final meeting in the twilight kingdom. Verse 3. This is the dead land. This is cactus land. Here the stone images are raised. Here they receive the supplication of a dead man's hand under the twinkle of a fading star. Is it like this in death's other kingdom, walking alone at the hour when we are trembling with tenderness, lips that would kiss, form prayers to broken stone? Verse 4. The eyes are not here. There are no eyes here. In this valley of dying stars, in this hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdom. It's kingdoms, plural. In this last of meeting places, we grope together and avoid speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river. Sightless unless the eyes reappear as the perpetual star, multifoliate rose of death's twilight kingdom, the hope only of empty men. Verse 5. Here we go round the prickly pear, prickly pear, prickly pear. Here we go round the prickly pear at 5 o'clock in the morning. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act, falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response, falls the shadow. Life is very long. Between the desire and the spasm, between the potency and the existence, between the essence and the descent, falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. For thine is life, is for thine is. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.